in the teams, what were the biggest reputation builders or killers? And for those of you who don't know, in the teams, and I guess it's the same anywhere, but it definitely is true in the teams. Man, your reputation is everything. It's everything, and people know who you are. They know if you do something stupid, like really stupid in the teams.
Everybody knows it 1 second.
Everyone knows it forever.
Yeah.
Like if you have an accidental discharge, meaning if you shoot your gun when you weren't supposed to, and there may be some scenarios where there's a little bit of leeway on that, but if you just do it in a dumb situation, everybody's going to know about it forever.
Yeah.
And that's just like, you might as well just get a tattoo on your forearm that says, hey, I had an AD on this date.
Yeah. On
If
your forehead.
If you do something stupid, something that get you in trouble, like just dumb, yeah, you're probably going to just, everyone's going to know about it. They're always going to think about it. If you get fired from a position and you happen to not get kicked out of the teams, everybody knows
you might
it.
as well just get out.
Yep. Yeah. It's a tough community when it comes to reputation. It's a really tough community.
It's really
brutal.
It's wicked brutal. Like it's like a small town.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everything, even though you're on other coasts.
Yep.
I mean, I've done a lot of stupid shit in my career, and I was a jerk off and dumb stuff and been an idiot, and everybody knows all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the stuff that you did, fortunately, is kind of is like on the okay side. I don't know how to explain this, but like, oh yeah, Tony got drunk and got in a fight at this thing. Yeah, you're like, oh yeah. It's almost
made a big spectacle at the big to do with the uniforms and stuff.
Wouldn't it have like to do with like the things that you kind of can't do or you can't get away with, or it'll affect your reputation in a bad way? Wouldn't it have more to do with how good of a team guy you are?
You know what?
So
you're right. You just called it.
Right.
You know what it has to do with? Is it something that helped, or is it something that is operational or not?
Yeah.
So if it's something that's operational,
everybody knows it.
Like even like you'll hear about a guy that gets lost in buds, or like gets lost going through the initial training. But when he got to the team, he gets on land navigation and gets lost and has to get rescued. Bro, that's just gonna stick with you forever. Like I remember getting like 3 briefs about some guy that I was getting in a platoon about where this guy got lost, how stupid it was. There was a highway. He could have walked the highway. You could hear the cars. Everyone just made a spectacle out of this kid. And I mean, the kid got out because eventually you go, man, I just can't. This is horrible. Everybody just thinks I can't. And so, so this question is actually a decent question because that definitely does play a big thing. So for me,
and it's the basis for a lot of nicknames in the teams.
True. True. Yeah. If you do something that's excessively stupid or just have bad luck, like one of my favorite ones is Bush. You know Bush?
Of course.
Yeah. But he like was parachuting it when he first got to the teams as a new guy, and in his parachute he landed in what kind of bush was it? Just some kind of a bush with thorns and whatnot in it. His parachute got all tangled up and he was stuck in there. That's his name.
No, he's great too. He's an awesome guy.
Dude. Yeah, for sure. Bush.
Landed in the bush.
The other funny thing is there's team guys where you don't even know what their real name was. Actually, I was kind of like that. Nobody knew what my actual name was. Mine was just Jocko, and that was my civilian nickname that my parents gave me. But the funniest was there was a guy, and I'll just tell the story. There was a guy, and you know him.
Of course I do.
But anyways, his name was Al. And I was always like,
his name.
Yeah, and I was like, I knew him as Al. And then he was a heavy weapons instructor, so we called him Big Al, and then we called him Big Al 50 Cal.
Yeah.
And it was
Big
like
Al 50 Cal.
Big Al 50. I knew Big Al 50 Cal for like 8 years, right? And one day I'm like, we're talking, and we're going on a trip or something.
I knew his name because I was in a couple platoons.
Yeah,
with him,
I
so
didn't.
Paperwork.
Yeah,
I
I finally get to paperwork. I finally get to paperwork with him. And this guy was also a real quiet guy. I mean, real professional, real quiet.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Just didn't say much. And one day I'm doing the paperwork, and I go, "Hey man," I'm like looking at the list of people that's going. I go, "Hey man, I thought you were going on this trip with us." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going." And I go, "Oh, you're not on the manifest here." And he goes, "No." And he comes over, he points out his name, and his name is Keith.
Yeah.
And I go, "Bro," well, your name is Keith. I go, "You want me to? That's a mistake. You don't want me to get it changed?" And he goes, "No, that's my name." And I go, I thought your name was Al. I go, is Al your middle name? And he goes, no, Al's not my name at all. And I go, whoa, what do you mean? Why does every single person call you Al? And he goes, well, in my first platoon, I was out doing something. It was night. And I guess I was looking around and moving my head a lot like an owl. And so the guys started calling me Owl. And then over the next platoon, it changed from Owl. It just morphed into Owl, and then Al. And then his name was Al. And I literally would have told you this guy's name was Al. And he never corrected it. He just said, hey, whatever. You can call me Al. That's close enough. So
I thought BFer or somebody named him that.
So that's Big Al, 50 cal. But you know what? His reputation was, because this is a question about reputation. His reputation was awesome because he was solid. He was a former Marine, wasn't he? Was he?
No, that was 295.
Oh, okay.
295 was in the Corps.
But solid reputation. So for me, and I guess it's what you do operationally is what builds your reputation. And if you're a good shooter, if you're not, shooting like an idiot, if you can patrol well, if you have good field craft, all those things, the real things. That's what's kind of cool. That's one thing that's in the teams. That's hard for them to erase. Is what's your real reputation as a real team operator, guy, as an operator team guy. That's the thing that all these people that kind of come and go in the teams, and they're not real team guys. You can't fake that,
And when some guys get shot, blown up, wounded, and some of them can't operate anymore. It's not like we throw them to the wolves. If they want to stay in the teams, we keep them and take care of them.
Yep.
And some of them become phenomenal instructors and just go on and do great things.
I had they were going to keep if Ryan Job would have wanted to stay, they were going to keep him.
A cuss.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, oh, you're blind? Cool.
Yeah,
we got
so
plenty
what?
of work for
Great.
you. Yep,
Great.
you can lead PT.
Doesn't mean you can't listen to me when I say go do this.
Yeah, awesome. And then contrary to that, obviously the killers are when you screw up stuff operationally. And the other thing is, if you're an arrogant, egotistical guy, everyone's going to hate you.
And you ain't going to last long.
Because because there's some guys that are great skill-wise, they're great operators, but they're horrible to work with. They're arrogant. They don't listen to anybody. They're not humble, and those guys will have a bad reputation too.
They got blinders on.
Yep.
They can't open and you got to, if you want to evolve at all or stay alive,
Yep.